Greetings, my friends and beautiful humans. Thank you for tuning in to I Am Powered by Love TV. This is Demi and your SOULSCOPEs. I'm a certified spiritual coach, aromatherapist, as well as a Reiki master and akashic record reader. This is a channeled akashic record reading. A little bit different from any type of reading where this is just going to be pure channel with, at the end, there's going to be a confirmation of cards with the oracle deck. Not sure which one just yet, so we'll just let it all flow in. And so this is for Capricorn Decan 2, which is from January 1st to January 10th. So if your birthday falls in this reading is just for you. And I want to thank you for tuning in. So let's go ahead and get started. Capricorn Decan 2s, you're facing actually a myriad of different challenges right now. You are overhauling arduously almost every area of your life, and it seems to be a fire here, a fire there, a fire here, and all of these different things are leading you to a spiritual revolution and transformation. So every time you go to this thing or to that thing, you have been transforming some elements of your belief systems. So we're talking about the physiology of the changes that are happening that you have been so stuck in. And so these have been resulting in you questioning whether or not these values and beliefs that you have been so strongly defending have and are parts of who you're becoming and who you see yourself being in the world of the rest of your life. So all these changes that you are going through and have been going through from January to June have been setting all that up. It's been very emotional because a lot of finances have been tied to a lot of these changes. So COVID, and I think I said this, they're reminding me, I don't think I said it. I actually know it was said because this was channeled in the July series of your Decan as well. This COVID has not been kind to you specifically because it's really difficult for you to step out of the regimen of the structure of your life. You have made up your mind in every way that these are the ways and this is the way it should be. And so now you're finding yourself having to break and come to terms with the reality that none of this stuff was really ever working for you. You were just stuck in complacency with the way things were. So you had already settled and COVID just shook up your whole world. It was just like, oh, okay, 10 cats in a bag and we're going to let you fight it out. So it has been emotionally disruptive, financially stressful, the anxiety, the worries, the fears, and you have had to look at all the systems of your own beliefs crumble. So this period that you are moving into now is asking you to put into the categories of calculations as quickly as possible, because all this has been a building momentum up until July. So around June, you had just like a little lull where you kind of breathe and you kind of were able to step back, but then boom, you went right into the eclipse season of July, which was emotionally amplified, is what they're saying for you, is that it was amplified because it fell in Cancer, which is 180 degrees opposite of you. So you had to take on a whole new view from an emotional standpoint, meaning your truth, the authentic expression of you. So when I say emotional and when they say emotional, we're not talking about, curling up in the corner and crying, being emotional. We're talking about expressing our true self emotional. It's emotional when you have to let go of a storyline that you have believed and held onto to be true for so long that is literally tearing your world apart. And when you tear down belief systems, the belief systems that you held to be true shake your faith and what you believe to be true. And then when you don't have anything else to hold on to sturdy and steady you, there is a fear that grips you because you know that you just stepped off the Rocky Mountains, the highest point of the mountains there in Colorado. So you just stepped off the mountains and you're like, okay, wait, I have no wings, I have no parachute. Wait a minute. and you're already free falling. So there's nothing that you can do about it because you're already falling. The only thing that you have to do now is make the choice. Am I going to break every bone in my body, or am I going to land on my feet? And so this is where your choices have landed you up to this point, is that how do you get the result now, because you are already free falling. And that free fall here is taking you into a place of trusting you. So you have to strip away all the things that you trusted in. And the difference is you trusted in these systems, and now they're asking you to develop beliefs based on who you are. And so we're going to go to the cards, and we're going to use, what are these again? I never remember. This is the Ancestor deck, my lovely assistant. And she's a fine reader too, by the way. Her name is Lana, so check her out as well. So these are the Ancestor deck. I don't even know if I said it in the last ones right, so there's that. I don't read oracles, I channel, so I don't always use them. So here we go, my friends. We're going to pull these cards for you. It's just a tidbit, because it's the truth. So for you, landing on your feet looks like developing belief systems that really come from your authentic self-expression. Who are you really? Wow, that just seemed to be a resounding question that is permeating right now in consciousness. Who are you really? And how do you make the changes before you hit the ground? Because that is the part where we fear the most, is our ultimate destruction. And sometimes mutually assured destruction is exactly what we need in order to move things forward. So one card has already popped out, and I believe that whatever pops out comes to show out, and this is that first card, and we're going to discuss that in just a second, because they're asking you to step into the advancement of the truth and the evolution of who you are. And that's really how you manifest, is aligning yourself in the vibration of energy of loving yourself, the beauty of yourself, connecting with the most intrinsic values of who you are, and then being able to see your manifestations and creations come to life. So this first card here is the Shield Maiden, and that free fall is exactly what we just talked about. It says make a plan and focus. So let's see if I can get that into view. That's exactly the roll call that they're asking you to make, is making a plan. Get focused. Honor your inner knowing. And you already know the truth of who you are. You've just been afraid to live it. Great card for you as your sign. This is the Earth Guardian. Stay grounded. Stay rooted and grounded. So in staying rooted and grounded, you are being asked to come from the purest truth. This is how we root ourselves. We talk about the root chakra a lot, but we look at it as a form of fight and flight, because that's how it's been taught and trained into our minds. But really, being rooted in our root chakra is our divine right to be here now. This is how we set up what we deserve, is knowing that. And being rooted in the truth of who we are is our divine right. And when we are attached to that, when it says stay grounded, stay rooted and grounded, this is how you root and ground something into the earth plane. So there we have the Earth Guardian telling you to stay rooted and grounded. How you do that is connecting to the intrinsic truth that you deserve and have the right to be here. But how you have that right is how you go about connecting and manifesting something from the etheric field into the reality of a dense manifestation. So I want to thank you for tuning in. I'm Demi, and my friends, if this resonates with you, please like, subscribe, and share. And also, there is a link below so that you can win a chance at a free reading if you want something more in-depth and personal and a one-on-one. And again, you just heard the lovely Lana instruct me on what cards that I'm using for this oracle reading. She's always ready and available. And so I want to thank you for tuning in. And this is Demi signing out. And don't forget, you gotta subscribe in order to get the next series of this August reading. So stay tuned for more. And thank you. And I'm signing out.